Hey everyone, this is my first Pro League video review and I'm not sure would you like more or less in-depth of a review, so I will start off with a fine balance. Subtitles are available. We will be reviewing DarkZero vs Team Empire on Bank. The timestamps of the round will be given in the description. Let's start already, shall we? Sadly, the 6-pick phase was not shown, but many teams are misusing the 6-pick. Hopefully we will review a game where the 6-pick was caught. So in short, what kind of a defend do you expect now is? Assuming that Pulse was not 6-picked, a mediocre server hold, as there is no operator such as Zala that are there to contest the server stairs. When defending basement, it's very rare to see a heavy roam presented in the utility, as you will see soon reasons why. As for the attackers, there is just one way with several variants to push the basement, which is through the server and planned by the default of the CCTV. Should I talk about the reasons behind the operators? Let me know down in the comment section below. Let's continue.
Pro League. I believe it was in an Empire game as well, if I remember correctly, on Bank, where someone had tucked inside of the chair in the CEO desk and got a defuse off because they couldn't see him. They didn't know the defuse was happening. They didn't know the countermeasures were being taken place. But nonetheless, we finally have our first two-round lead as again the crowd erupts, seemingly in favor of the North American squad on European soil. We head downstairs to lockers and CCTV for possibly our final defense on Bank. Empire going to need to win two back-to-back on Bank, which they have yet to do on the defensive side, and anyone has yet to do in this entire game other than DarkZero on the attack.
The placement of the Valkyrie camera behind the glass of a car or anyone else behind the glass is mostly to hide the shiny blue effect of the camera. Maestro is opening this angle so he can play from the garage top all the way toward the default. Okay, now you will be able to see how efficient DarkZero is establishing the map control. Sledge is starting the drone from the top heaven, immediately from the staircases. Whereas this drone allows Thatcher to push his way towards the main stairs top, just to deny the whole rotation from the basement towards the first floor and the second floor. Defenders who are located in the basement can only start flanking from the server stair, which is usually a no-no. You will see later on the drone that is watching the server stairs. So from now on, execution power starts, opening all three hatches, not the elevator and the lobby one, and getting the control of the servers. Since DarkZero has Ying, getting rid of the ADSs inside of the red is must. Sadly, one flashbang bounced off this black thingy. Let's pause and check out the defense setup. Pulse is in gold, Valkyrie with C4 red, Smoke in the lockers, Maestro ACOG in the garage, and Jaeger is watching main stairs. So their plan is here that Pulse is filling up the smoke the information when he should be throwing his babes. Keep in mind that Valkyrie has already prepped the C4 in the hand, so attackers do not hear the prep sound. Valkyrie, on the other hand, didn't have to prep the C4, but used the prep sound as a bait. And these are two options for the C4 throws for any map. The only two ways attackers to come, aside from dropping the hatches, is from the garage and the main stairs, which Maestro and Jaeger holds. Also, Maestro usually also has the second role of having the long angle from the top garage to default as previously stated. Attack setup. One by the admin hatch, watching the red to CCTV rotation, and that is what DarkZero will be lacking later on, and hence they will have issues with it. One default plant and one in the servers watching the CC hallway doorway. That way your planter can be only C4. In case that happens, you still have two people left. One should be definitely watching main stairs flank, or let a drone there, whereas the other person is getting the diffuser from the C4 person and starts immediately planting. Also, I forgot to tell you, DarkZero has brought Thatcher to counter Evil Eyes, Pulse Cardiac Sensor, and possibly Valky cameras nearby. EMP is not being activated, therefore Pulse and Team Empire has all the needed information. That's a huge blunder from DarkZero. Pause. Remember this position, holding the doors of the CC and hallway. Ying is watching the same angle and we have one in the middle of nowhere watching main stairs. You have a dead man, use him to watch the drones in the main stairs. Finally, we are getting an EMP which should have happened earlier. Maybe they wanted to pay the other utility. Well, in that case, they failed miserably. Candelas will be thrown from the office hatch, however, ADSs are still alive. Remember that one bounced off the black thing. Luckily, or planned, Candela was cooked long enough and she wasn't eaten by the ADS, which gives attackers a little hope of now. However, since Pools was blinded by the EMP and Ying was throwing Candelas, that's a good sign of a planned start. And Valkyrie doesn't have a C4, so she's forced to run inside of the CCTV, because Pulse is blinded by the Candela and he cannot throw a C4. Also, I'm not sure if this was in the Valkyrie's head, but since Ying was not in the admin hatch, Candela being thrown from the office, no one was watching the rotation, as I have already stated, and she will very easily kill Termite and the delay another 10 to 15 seconds, which is huge. At this moment, the round is over. Ying dropped down, Thatcher has to plan, and that's pretty much it. Thatcher had 0 EMPs, he used it already somewhere. What should have we done? The execution part. First off, let's jump back to wasting the ADSs in the red. When no ADS has hit the first flashbang, ask Thatcher to throw an EMP at that black thingy, or even from the admin hash next to the red wall. You will get all the ADSs as well as the evil eyes and the pulse cardiac sensor. Make sure that there is no ADS in the CCTV, you can easily waste it if there is one. And in this case, there was one. At that moment, Thatcher has 2 EMPs left, which can be both used for the plant. Now, the plant is a game of mouse and cat. Who will catch the bait first? You can start off baiting firstly without an EMP, as the first thing to delay the plant is smoke throwing babes or echo stunning the planter. Now, it's just mind gaming, and as I said, you are good to lose one man over a C4 if you have done the plant successfully with another person. Another thing I would say is Sledge, Ash and Zofia will be way better, and not for the evil eyes. Zofia could have easily opened the cover where Valkyrie was, from the admin hatch, therefore exposing her when she's about to throw a C4. Also, Verdi Termite used the other exothermic charge. Why not blowing up this vault so even if Zofia Resh is not an option, this is land, therefore hitting a C4 is not even a hard thing to do. By opening the other wall, you are letting your team denying smoke babes and C4s relatively easily. It's not as easy, but it's not as hard as in online games. And please, have someone watching the rotation. Once the defenders are out of the utility to deny the plant from afar, they will have to rush you and be monkeys and rank heroes. I could have gone more in depth. As of firstly operators, band operators including defend as well as attacker positions during the execution. Thank you for watching the video. If you have any feedback, let me know down in the comment section below. If you would like to support me, drop me a like, subscribe and click the notification bell to get all notifications from my channel. Make sure to join my Discord server and follow me on the Twitter.